All right, and we are back here on the GSMC Football Podcast. And for the third part of the show, we are going to talk about Lamar Jackson, his recent comments on the opening matchup with the Kansas City Chiefs. And some interesting comments because he kind of like downplayed the opening game. This is what he had to say. He said, I really don't care who we play. It really didn't matter. At the end of the day, our goal is to make it to the Super Bowl. We lost to them in the playoffs. Just us beating them in the regular season doesn't really do anything. It just helps us keep stacking up wins to hopefully make it to the playoffs. If anything, to try to get in that same position again and hopefully be successful. It really doesn't matter who we play in the first game. Obviously, it's the Chiefs, but I really didn't care. So, I do like what he said, actually. Because, yeah, I mean, it is just week one. And a lot of things can happen from that matchup. You know, you never know where you're going to end up towards the end of the year. And I think when it really is going to matter is when if you end up matching up against them in the playoffs. Because that's really when things are on the line. Now, this game could have major implications down the line because what if one game separates these two from getting home field advantage or not? But then again, you could say, well, the Ravens last year, they had home field advantage and the Chiefs went in there and beat them. So does home field advantage really matter to the Chiefs? No. But again, like you still want to play those games at home. But yeah, I mean, I agree. There's a lot of games to be played. You want to stack up wins, and listen, the ultimate goal isn't to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. The ultimate goal is to get to a Super Bowl and win it. Now, you could beat the Chiefs to get to the Super Bowl, but yeah, the Super Bowl is what you ultimately want to get to, and the Ravens have a great chance to do that. It's just like for many other teams, the problem is the Kansas City Chiefs because they are always standing in someone's way. And Lamar Jackson has had a problem against the Chiefs for his whole career. They only have one win against the Chiefs, which the Chiefs gave the Ravens that win from the game in 2021. But still give the Ravens credit. They won the game. But the Chiefs gave that game to them. So if they don't win that game, Lamar Jackson is winless against Patrick Mahomes. Now, could this year be different? They got Derrick Henry now in the fold. And Derrick Henry gives teams problems. A lot of teams problems. Has given the Chiefs problems over the years as well. And I'm excited for this week one matchup just to see him and Lamar Jackson right off the bat against the defending champions. I think it's going to be a fun game. And this was a great spot for him to end up in because the Ravens are a team that loves to run the football. And again, having that backfield with Henry and Lamar Jackson, it's going to give many teams fits. It just is. And I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do, what they can accomplish. But they have a true test against the Chiefs to start off the season. So, I mean, like I said, I like what Lamar Jackson had to say. I think it's one game. It's at the start of the season, and there's plenty of football left to be played after that. And if you lose to them, well, you're going to see them again. So you could get another crack at them in the postseason. So, but I feel like I feel like Lamar has never really come out and seemed like he's been bothered by constantly losing to the Chiefs. But I feel like internally it definitely does have to bother him. That, yeah, you've beaten this team once, but they gave that game away to you. They gave that game away to you. Like, I feel like it's got to bother you a little bit that you can't beat them. But they're not the only team that has that problem. The Bills have that problem as well. These are teams that consistently make the playoffs. Well, the Ravens, they did make the playoffs the year before last year, but Lamar Jackson didn't play. Lamar Jackson, most of his losses have come against Patrick Mahomes in the regular season. But still, like, they have a problem beating the Chiefs. You know, so. But the Bills, I mean, they have a problem beating the Chiefs in the postseason. Can't do it. But in the regular season, it's not an issue. And then for the Bengals, like I said, if they're healthy, I mean, I think they could. I think they have the best chance. I really do believe that. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens. The season should be a lot of fun. But I mean, right now, I think the Chiefs could do it again. Win another championship. Like, they are really set on winning another championship. So, we will see how it goes. But I think there's, and I haven't really, the Texans, they're going to be better. I still look at the Browns as being a good team. There's a lot of teams you could look at. I mean, the Jets, if Aaron Rodgers is healthy. But it's going to be interesting. So we will see how it all goes. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it when talking about this. Again, let me know what you guys think about what Lamar Jackson had to say. Do you think the Ravens could finally get over that hump and beat the Chiefs? What are your early predictions for this Week 1 matchup? Should be a lot of fun, like I said. So we're gonna take our third break of the show. When we come back, we'll talk about Kayvon Thibodeau pursuing the all-time sacks record with the Giants. So that's what we will do when we come back from our third break of the show. So with that being said, stick around, and we'll be right back here on the GSMC Football Podcast.